You heard the door close, didn't you? It clicked shut with you on the wrong side of it. She leaves for work every day at 7:45 and comes back home at around 5:30. That's 9 hours and 45 minutes. 9 hours and 45 minutes that you need to fill with life, while your reason for living is somewhere else. You don't even know where. Does she even know that dog time is different? Using what we learned at elementary school playgrounds, where kids said facts that were unfalsifiable because their uncle told them, that a human year is 7 dog years, you will be waiting alone in this room for 68 hours and 15 minutes. What are you going to do with that time? Will you just sleep it all away? When she gets home, she wants to sleep too. Are you supposed to be happy with that? A life spent dormant, waiting for life to begin? You can try to fill your time as best you can. How does that make you feel? It doesn't feel very good, does it? Kinda feels like you're deluding yourself. You can always eat, hero. That has entertained people forever. How does your food look? It looks pretty bad, doesn't it, hero? Hero, what have you found? Use your little paws to open the letter. Read what it says. Oh, you can't read, can you, hero? You never learned. You always said you didn't have enough time. Kinda seems like maybe you do have time, hero. You have 68 hours and 15 minutes to learn how to read every day. Isn't that enough? Guess not. You'd know best. You'll have to find someone who can read your letter. You know someone, don't you? Would you call them a neighbor? You've always been sure they didn't like you very much. They seem very superior in defeat. You walk to him and ask if he knows how to read. Says it. I have a letter and I don't know how to read it. Do you know how? Sazed looks down at you and blinks slowly. Of course I can read. I have a degree in the culinary arts. You have to know how to read to have a degree in the culinary arts. Hero, you hold out the letter so that he can see it, and he puts on his glasses and reads what it says. Hero, it says that you're wasting your life and it has to stop. Says it doesn't say that. That would be so cruel. I'm a tiny dog, and nobody would say mean things to me. Right here in black and white, hero. It says to go to the water horse to find your way, that he has the answers. I really don't think that's necessary. I feel a nap coming on. Hero, you're looking awfully fluffy. You know what happened to the last dog who just laid around all day. She filled with cotton. She became incapable of movement. She made herself empty inside and lost the ability to think. You need to stop this before it's too late. Okay, I'll give it a shot. You said the water horse has the answers to how I should stop wasting my life? Do you know the water horse? Will he give me something that can make me not so depressed? He'll give you something, but it won't make you not depressed. You have to do that yourself. Has he given it to you? No, I figured it out myself, but I'm far too busy to teach it to you. Go see him for yourself. You're not busy, you're nappy and wasting your time, just like I was. Go to the water horse and you'll understand. So you set out. Out of the house, you even forgot to lock the door behind you. Some roommate you are. You'll need to go to the greenway because that's where the water horse lives. You don't know exactly where, but you can guess based on the name. But hero, you can't cross the street on your own. You've never done that for yourself. How will you know when there's no cars around? Your guardians always do that for you. Seems like they always do everything for you, huh? I'm amazed you were able to walk down the stairs by yourself. You didn't even manage to lock the door. Kind of rocking a C+ so far. You do your best. You look left and right on the street. You can't judge how fast the cars are moving. So you blindly run. That isn't safe, hero. You're being dangerous to yourself and others. You're being pretty selfish. Maybe you'll learn better from the water horse. You shouldn't do things like that, hero. It seems like you found them, hero. Good job. You think they have a goofy look on your face, but they don't. They are a respectable member of the community. You just lay around and look pretty. Show some respect. Hello, water horse. My name is Hero, and I need to know what you know. Hero, the water horse is sitting in silence. Look at his face. He is in joy. He is in bliss. He could be in a forest fire, and it would feel like a match dropping on the surface of an ocean while he stares upwards, prostrate on the seafloor. You think he could notice you? You think he would waste his time? Hello, can I help you? You see the water horse there. His voice sounds soft in your ears. Hello, water horse. My name is Hero, and I received a letter to come here. Do you know anything about this? No, Hero, I don't. I don't get many visitors out here. I really keep to myself. I've been told you can teach me how to become satisfied in my life. Is that true? Can you make my time worth living? Can you fill 68 hours and 15 minutes with life worth living? Hero, you could at least say please. Please? Hero, I live my life alone. I feel the bugs crawl on my skin in the nighttime and the cold, cold water around my feet in the stream. I feel my own stomach empty with time, and I refill it, only to begin the depletion again. When I was a day trader, I couldn't tell you how many tendons I felt at any given moment. I couldn't have told you how many rocks were within 15 feet of me. Hero, there are 734 rocks within 15 feet of me. How do you know that? I counted them. I have time for that sort of thing. I could count rocks like that. It doesn't seem hard. I guess I have time for that. Hero, you have 68 hours and 15 minutes of day. Of course you have time. It might help, but get back when you start naming them. Hero, if you'd like, I can show you what meditation is, how to reflect on your life and feel your presence in it. It can be done in nature, at the gas station, with a cigarette in your mouth. It can be done in bed. But let's start in nature. It'll be easier there. What difference does it make? The world we live in has been curtailed to your needs to an absurd extent. There are machines that make your hair dry when the air already did that. There are devices to make your clothes flatter when you'll just round them out again. Hero, just yesterday I learned about a product that warms your lotion for you. It's always on, Hero. It sits on your counter and keeps your lotion warm for 24 hours a day, for the 5 seconds you will actually use it. That is a devil's ratio. It is enough to kill any planet. Hero, I've lost my train of thought. The modern world you have built is made perfect for you. It is perfected every day you're in it. Perfected so that you are nothing more than a passenger. Everyone else drives you. Nature has never and will never care about you. Nature has sharp rocks that dig into your butt when you sit on them, and the weather doesn't cooperate. Nature has plants that you can't eat, and will hurt you if you try. Nature has turtles that will eat your body when you fall too deeply asleep on a hillside. The most amazing thing is that those turtles aren't evil. They aren't. You need to believe that. It is the most astounding thing in the world to have a creature who will eat your eyes when you sleep, and for that creature not to have an ounce of vile in its action, a drip of evil in its heart. Hero, that's why we started nature. It's just you out here, buddy. Let's begin. Think of nothing. You are meditating very well, Hero. It seems like thinking of nothing is easy for you. You have your moment, Hero. We'll wait. Waterhorse, I've been meditating for a while now, and I think I see what you mean. It is just me. I'm here on this log, and there's nothing else between me and the world. But Waterhorse, it is so lonely out here. It's cold, there's nothing to eat, and I'm worried I'm growing bored. All of this work is so internal, it only affects me and me alone. It might as well not happen if it stays in my head. I think I see the truth in it. But it's like a gilded empty bowl. I think I need something more. I think I need something to put in the bowl. Hero, I understand you have not found satisfaction here, and I have to forgive you for that. If you go back home now, you will still lose yourself. Your guts will turn to cotton like your friend. You need to meet my friend Vincent. He lives a different life to me, and maybe he'll teach you what you need to know. Goodbye, Waterhorse. Goodbye, Hero. Hero, you need to find Vincent. I hope you're committed to this journey. It has been said to be long and grueling. You think you can make it? Oh, there he is. Maybe the trip wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Good job, you found him. What do you have to say to him? What can you learn from him? Hello, Mr. Vincent. My name is Hero. Waterhorse told me to find you. They told me you'd be able to show me how you live your life? Hero, it is nice to meet you. But please, if you'll excuse me, I'm paying a lot of money to be here right now. This is a waste of my time. A waste of your time? What are you doing out here? I'm on an artist retreat. This is how I spend my time, trying to figure out what to create. Now, if you please, I have to think about art. You aren't even doing art? You're just thinking about it? Hero, I'm a level 17 post-impressionist painter. I am heavily statted into internal visualization. I don't need paper to make my works anymore. So people just pay you for your ideas? Oh God, no. I have to sell the paintings to make money, but those aren't art. They're just the way art can exist in the outside world, outside of my mind. Vincent, I am so lost in my life without my guardian to watch over me. Is there anything you can teach me so I can feel fulfilled? Hero, I am very busy. I need to focus on my art. It's the most important thing in the world. Oh, but the look in your current black eyes has broken my spirit. Yes, Hero, I have something to teach you, but you need to agree to be my intern. I get teaching credit from IAU if I have an art intern that I'm training. What's an intern? Let us begin. Hero, our world is made of mostly meaningless materials. It's mostly made from only a handful of elements, entirely unremarkable in and of themselves. Hero, don't get distracted. I'm only going to say this once. The pigments we pull from the earth look like nothing on their own. They're stains on the side of buildings. Yellow ochre is dirt. We wash it out of our socks and think we're doing a good thing. It's literal dirt that has enough pretty pigment in it that we decided it was beautiful when it acted just the right way. When it painted the sunspots on a woman's gown as she got ready late in the evening, or the yellow under-eyes of the tired masses. The hair of a cat laying in candlelight, these paintings are filthy, they're dirty, they're spoiled, they're unclean, and they're the most beautiful art that's ever been made. The most beautiful mountain range in the world, ancient and rolling, worn down across the eons, older than trees, older than teeth, older than the rings of Saturn, is not a choice that was made. It is a pile of granite. It is an ancient volcanic core that sits there and gets smaller. And the way the evening time sun fills the valleys with thick blue haze, and every mountain is just a slightly different color, indescribable beauty in our mind. These things are indescribably beautiful because they have been filtered through our minds, and we saw them as only we can. That is the greatest gift we have. Hero, we can create art that is made of our own choices. We live in a material world, and it is our duty to use those materials wisely. We plant the crops to make the fabric we stretch across our canvas, and we paint it with dirt, and cover it in oils, and we cry when we look at it. To engender an idea, mold it in your mind, put it through your hands, pause, and let the world see what you can think of. It is the only way to show the world what your mind can do, what you are, who you are when you live limitlessly. It will take time. It'll take years to become proficient at showing your mind on paper. It will not be done easily, and most everything you produce at first will be terrible, although I may lie to you about that. Hero, it is important to know. This will take decades to perfect, and without that level of commitment, your work will be small and insignificant. You just need to accept this. My work tears me apart. It breaks me, but it is worth it for the sacrifice of my genius. Without this pain, you will only be a very small dog. Shed your skin, feel the pain, get mud on your face, rip your ear off. That is how you become a great artist. Come, Hero. Let's make art. Good, Hero. Walk across them with your tiny paws. The water is your medium, the dirt is your pigment. Let's see what you can do. Hero, these are remarkable. Look at the way you delicately rip the edges when it gets really wet in the puddle. It's so painterly. Hero, let's take a break to look at some of my art. Tell me what you think of them. Let's see how you do at observing art. This one seems really sad. This robot is all alone in the world, right? Well, he's on break. He has friends. They're just somewhere else. The colors are nice. Yes, they are, Hero. I did a very good job with them. And this one, what do you see? There are beautiful colors in his hat. He looks so dignified. He has strength in his eyes. Very good, Hero. But notice I didn't do a very good job with his ear. I'm a humble man. I know my mistakes. You're my intern. Maybe you could do a better job one day. Mr. Vincent, your art is beautiful. You know this, but I have a question. Isn't this kind of navel-gazy? Your work is either for money or for your own validation. Isn't there more to it? When you create just in your head, isn't it sad that no one else can see your work? You talk about making the world see your mind, but that's not what's happening. Without external interaction, this is an echo chamber. An echo chamber of art. You say this will take years to perfect, but I don't have years. I don't need to tear my ears off for art. I'm happy with what I've already made. I think this is enough. Can't I just make what I want and call it a day? You can do whatever you want, hero, but without your whole commitment, you're only going to be putting pigment on paper. That isn't enough. Mr. Vincent, I think my internship is over, and I need to find someone else. Hero, you've done your best here, but it wasn't enough. Your internship termination request is denied. You are still my intern. I need the tax credits. Thanks, Vincent? Hero, before you go, I think I know someone you need to meet. His name is the Tin Man. He lives in the Kensington Sandpits. He is all about the interactions between groups of people and thinking outside yourself. Go, find him. Bye, Vincent. Bye, intern hero. Hero, you really think you're gonna learn something, huh? It seems like you've kind of rejected everything you've been taught so far. Are you sure you aren't just a really negative person? And now you need to go all the way across the road again. Make sure there aren't any cars, Hero. You need to be careful. You're a fighter, I'll give you that. You're caked in mud and dirt, and you're still trying to find answers. You've been walking for a while, Hero. You must be tired, but you're still persevering. That's impressive. Well, I'm impressed at least. Look, Hero, that's gotta be him. That's the Tin Man. Hello, Mr. Tin Man. I'm Hero. Mr. Vincent told me to come speak to you, and that you might have something to teach me.
Hero, it is so good to see you. You look beautiful today. Your nice white coat looks wonderful. Please, my name's the Tin Man. It's a title, not quite a name. A title you could hold yourself one day if you wanted it. Please, come in. Tell me about yourself.
Mr. Tin Man, I'm tired of my life. I'm wasting it. Sleeping all day waiting for my guardian to come home. I don't have any direction. My chores feel meaningless. Anything I do feels flat. Mr. Vincent said you're good with groups of people, and that's something I'm looking for. Do you think you could help me with that?
Hero, I would love to talk to you about that. Please, sit with me. Make yourself comfortable. Can I get you anything? Baloney? An horchata? Hero, this world we live in is so fragile, and it is led by the weakest people. Can you tell me some weak people, Hero?
I'm not really sure. Maybe politicians? I don't know their names, though. They change all the time.
Those are great answers, Hero. Really, great answers. Thank you for being so involved in our conversation. I can tell you're a bright young girl. Those people you mentioned, we put them in power to fix our problems, right? To make our lives better? To make a world where a family can live with whatever beliefs they need and no one can tell them how to live? But look around, Hero. Look how many problems we have.
Oh, yeah, sure. I see them.
Hero, you said that you feel disaffected in your life, like things are passing you by. A lot of young men and women feel that way. They feel like the world they were raised in isn't for them. Like the old way of doing things is gone. The things their grandparents cared about aren't important anymore. Do you think grandparents are stupid, Hero? Of course you don't. Some of us believe that things are going too fast. Things are going in the wrong direction. And that we need to work together to bring things back to the way they used to be. Do you remember when you were 10?
I'm 3.
Sure you do. Remember eating hot dogs and drinking sodas? Playing Xbox games? Do you remember how easy it felt to be alive? Wouldn't it be great to get back to that? You remember when you were 10? You remember riding your bike and listening to the Beastie Boys, Elvis, Little Richard? Those were the good days when men were men and women were women, and no one had any questions about that.
That sounds really nice, the Tin Man. What do I do?
Well, we have some invitation-only meetings in the evenings and some literature for you to read, and even distribute if you'd like. But for now, Hero, it's important to make yourself the best you can be, and that starts with your physical form. You can't redefine a generation with love handles. You can't change the financial world looking like trash. Let's get you into shape. Looking good, buddy. I have some literature for you to distribute too, some papers that your neighbors would love to check out. You know, we're everywhere, hero. Some of your neighbors are probably already involved and you don't even know it. The important thing is to give the impression that we are inescapable and everywhere. That people better join before it's too late. What do you say? Help us out a little bit, distribute this literature? Sure. Wow, hero. Great job. You're really coming along. Thanks for doing our work for us. You know, hero, there's an evil in this world, hero. And you'll learn about him as you stay with our org. But this world isn't being taken down on its own. There are people, a limited number of people with names and addresses, places of employment, who work, actively work, to make this world cruel for God-fearing people like you and me. Listen, they're not all bad, but the statistics don't lie. I have some data I'd like to show you, and a podcast you should check out. Hero, what you need to know is, once you're in, you're in. You'll finally feel like you have friends. People who understand you and don't cowtail to workers' unions. They just strip you of your money and resources. You know, hero, I really think we've made some good progress tonight. Do you think you like what I'm saying? Saying about the world that was, the world that can be again? I think that's worth getting back to. And I'd like to help you get there. Wow, that is a lot of information, the Tin Man. Really, thanks for being so nice, but this is a lot really quickly. Way more intense than the other guys. Let me get a rain check on that meeting. For now, do you have anyone else I could talk to? Someone who could make sense of all this anger and derision? I'm sorry to see you go, hero. Promise you'll come back. Yeah, I have an idea of someone you could talk to. Someone who I've known for a long time. Here's their address. You coming this evening? We're looking forward to it. Hero, you sure seem to be leaving there with a quickness, huh? Kinda seems a little sketchy. Yeah, I thought so too. Hero, you're so close to your next guru to teach you how to live your life, huh? 4th time's the charm. Wait, this is my door. This is where I live, right? What master could live here? Sazed? Did you enjoy your time with my associates? Did you learn a lot? I guess I learned a lot, but those were some really upsetting people. They had issues. Sazed, why did the Tin Man send me to you? We live together. What could you possibly teach me? Hero, you see me all day, laying around, lounging in the sunlight, sitting on bookshelves. Why exactly do you think I'm not miserable like you are? I guess I figured you were just turning into Beulah with cotton in your belly, that you'd given up trying. I live a full and happy life, and there's no great secret to how I do it. I set my own expectations, and meet them again and again. I think to myself, I will lay in the sun for 9 hours today. I know I can do it. And by God, I do it every single time. I think, I can probably bite my guardian's feet while he sleeps 6 or 7 times tonight. And I always do, hero. I always do. Well, what are the goals I should give myself, senseis? What do you think this whole mission was for, hero? Just for you to meet my friends? I sent you out to learn how to think. It's up to you to figure out what to think. You're a character in your own life. You're the best friend you'll always have from the moment you opened your eyes until you finally closed them again. You need to treat yourself with kindness in the face of the self-hatred we all feel inside ourselves. Part of us that's disgusted with our laundry and the way we breathe when we walk up hills. You're your best friend. And you wouldn't say those things about your best friend. Hero, you need to take yourself on dates. Make yourself evening plans alone. You need to cook a steak for yourself, eat it by yourself, and do the dishes yourself, and accept that you're the only person in the room that whole time, and that's okay. It has to be okay. I know it seems impossible. Seems like people have to hate themselves because that's how brains work. I was in a dark place. I felt myself turning to cotton. I didn't care. I felt like my life needed to come to a close. When I was in my mid-50s, I spent a few years stranded on a small island off of southern Mexico called Clipperton Island, kinda near the Galapagos, totally uninhabited. except for shipwrecks and coconut palms. I spent my time weaving grasses together for clothes and fighting off the crab population. I shivered at night when the winds came, and I baked in the day with the sunrise. I made plans and I executed them. I got hungry, I found food, I killed food, I ate food, and I took naps. And that whole time, I never hated myself. I never have since. I don't know if this helps, but it's what helped me. I thank the woman who stranded me on that island every day for what she gave me, even as I spit on her grave. She knew I needed it, and I did. You needed help, so I wrote you a letter, just passing on the favor. You wrote that letter? Was that ever supposed to be a secret? Why did you write a letter instead of stranding me on an island? It worked for you, right? You would have died to the crabs, hero. We're not the same. This was a much gentler option, something you could get done in an afternoon. Talk to some wise folks and get a taste of a few different ways of thinking. What do you mean wise, Says? Waterhorse was boring and lonely. Vincent was obsessive and dismissive. The Tin Man was... I'm pretty sure he was a fascist. Oh, a fascist through and through, hero. Those are all broken and flawed people. They live sad, terrible lives, but they all know a bit of the truth. Try it. Try living your life with whatever hint of their teachings mixed in you want. See what you think. What about the literal fascism? Okay, I have some readings for you to do to get that nonsense out of your head. I didn't ask him to do that. He was supposed to teach you discipline and physical exercise, which I guess fascists are pretty good at. How did you get off the island, Sazed? Crabs took me home. What? Crabs took me home. Hush, show me what you've learned. Oh, he was weaponizing disaffected youth to overthrow our society by replacing it with a traditionalist uprising modeled after a twisted 1950s America. Bingo. But what tricks have you learned? I really like this. Making my art from other people's art as a starting point is a lot easier. Kinda takes the fear away. That's wonderful, but while you're playing with the pictures, you might want to take the propaganda out from our neighbors' doors. This is so much nicer in here. The Waterhorse was right. Sitting and reflecting makes my actions feel much more grounded. There are 10 rocks within 15 feet of me. See? I'm learning. Hero, you did really well with my friends, and tomorrow you have a lot of work to do to feel satisfied with your time at home. But for now, I think I hear someone on the stairs. Mom's home?
Why did we decide to do a dog?